Rebel against defeat, masculinity, men first, improving oneself and chasing excellence. What did I learn from my divorce? That, pretty much all women are like that. Before I was red pilled, I tried to use logic and reasoning to get my point across to my wife, and I realized afterwards that they're emotional. You cannot reason with them. You can't use logic. If you're even in an argument, you've lost. So that's the first thing I learned. Women are emotional. Men are logical. It's so difficult to communicate on that aspect. There's only one or two things you can do, is basically nod your head and validate their emotions. It's difficult to use logic and reasoning, and that's one of the biggest challenges right there. Our brains are so different. Number two, hypergamy. Women are always looking for the winner. They're looking for a way to improve their situation at the expense of a relationship, at the breakup of a family. They don't care. They don't care what you did yesterday. They don't care what you did 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. They don't care about that wonderful anniversary you gave them last year. They only care about now, which is, again, falls along the lines of that they're emotional and that they base everything on an emotional impulse. Okay? Women are hive-minded. I've learned that. Women follow groupthink. They follow what celebrities talk about. They follow what the news talks about. They follow what their social media people post. Women are unhappy. They're constantly chasing ways to be happy. They cannot be content with what they have. Hence, all of the materials and the consumerism on the side of the female, okay? We know that they are unhappy. They are constantly chasing a carrot, and they expect the man to continue to afford them a life of luxury. Once they get that life of luxury, they're still miserable. Women are consumed by social media. They're consumed by the competition they have with their female friends, their female co-workers, their female family members, their female neighbors, their female church ladies. It is a constant competition. You can't win. There's countless stories of very successful, attractive sports celebrities that have gotten divorced and broken up by their women that are seeking something better. You just can't win. The competition, it just will never go away. So that's what I've learned from my marriage. And the biggest thing after awakening to the red pill is the fact that, hey, you know what? A logical brain has a very different way than emotional brain. I have no idea how relationships work. I'm not a believer that they do work. I think that we kid ourselves if they are working, and we're just so far apart that if they do work, there's a give and take. There's kind of this underlying you do this for me, I do this for you deal. And I don't think anything is really strictly based on what we call that Disney love. So that's what I've learned from my divorce and from my marriage. What could I have done without getting married? I don't know. Do I regret it? I don't know. A lot of times I do. A lot of times I don't. I've got 3 great kids out of it. But the hell and the chaos and the drama, going through it, I would never do again. And now it's all about improving myself. It's all about hustle. It's about getting out there and building my legacy and being a great example to my boys and to my daughter of what a man should be. And, I caution my boys about the female nature. And it's not that we hate women. We hate female nature that's been sprinkled and coated by feminism, the gynocentrism. Women can be men. Women are independent of men. All of the bullshit lies that you've heard. I tell them the reality of marriage. I tell them that their successful, their chances of a successful marriage are about 20%. I believe that the marriage and divorce rate is not 50%. I believe it's an 80% divorce rate. I believe that marriages and relationships are falling apart quicker than ever now. Unhappiness sets in not after the first week, but probably the second, third, or fourth week. And it's just a different world. So if you're married and you're in it for the kids and you're in it because you've got investment, just know that that is a very logical place to be. You want to save your family, you're a provider and a protector, and that's absolutely admirable. But realize who you're dealing with, an emotional brain, somebody that only cares about this exact moment, doesn't care about that house you bought for them last year or how you helped them through life. And hopefully you can make it work. If it doesn't, just remember, you did nothing wrong. It's just our programming. You tried the best to be a provider and a protector, and you didn't really have a teammate on your team. And that's my video for today. What I learned from divorce, what I learned from marriage. Chase excellence. And remember, men first. Rebel against defeat.